Welcome back to another episode of Rounding Second. I'm your host, Steven Sanavasi, and I'm joined here, obviously, with my co-host, Luke Binstead. Luke, how you feeling this week?
I'm pretty good, boss. What is it? Episode 4, 5?
This is episode 4, I believe.
4? Okay. I'm actually really proud. Let me say this right now. I'm so proud of us because this episode is also going to be on time just like last week's.
Yeah, I agree.
We're going to go 2 weeks in a row on time. I'm fucking proud.
Starting to get into a groove now.
Yeah.
Our schedules are syncing up.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm thinking.
I love it.
We're finding it. It's been hard. I mean, it's been hard, but like we're actually starting to. I think we're getting it. We went through our learning curve.
Agreed.
You know?
I think the feedback that we hear from you guys, the listeners and viewers, has been really beneficial to us. We've taken a lot into consideration, and we continue to make it better, and hopefully make it better for you guys and more enjoyable week by week.
Yeah.
One thing that is in the mix that we have been hearing a lot of is you guys want to see our faces.
Ooh.
We're gonna be working on that in the next few weeks. Not sure if it'll be next week, but hopefully by the end of October, maybe early November, we'll figure out the best way to set up our either tripod as well as our microphone setups. We are on an L desk on either side of the desk.
It looks pretty cool. But, I mean, yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the works because we're still on episode 4 now.
Right.
We got a video to, kind of add to the mix. We got to work on an intro. We should make, an intro song. James gave me that idea. I think it's a really good idea. We sing and we, make a song.
All right.
It could be really funny.
It could be really funny.
Yeah. So, we got a lot of stuff in the works. I mean, we're growing. We're doing well. We're getting there.
Yeah, something's added every week. And, again,
exactly.
We're talking about the way we bring up segments and our schedules, especially with the predictions. Luke pointed out that we skipped week 2 and 4, which is lucky because now we're doing the odd weeks and then the week after. So, the even numbers, we're going to just be talking about our predictions and how they went and kind of what we thought about the games the past week.
Yeah, reflect a little bit, which is nice.
Right. So, again, if you're listening in, we are so glad to have you guys back. We really appreciate the support, and I'm ready to dive into our first segment. What do we got?
All right, we're talking a little bit fall break action. Everybody got to go home last weekend. Yeah, actually, you know what? A lot of people I feel like didn't go home. And that sucks because when I went home and I kind of was a little bit stressed because it was only for 3 days, and I'm thinking about getting in the car and driving 3.5 hours back. But at the same time, it's really, really nice being home. It's really nice being home, especially for a couple days. Your fridge is running a little low. It's nice to go home.
You need a nice home cooked meal.
Yeah, it's
I hear
nice.
You, man. It was nice. I wasn't alone this fall break. My dad and my stepmom did come and visit me, so it was nice seeing them. Little slice of home came to visit me, so
yeah,
it was nice having them here. Went out to nice dinners, took out to a few restaurants, and just took them up and down High Street to a lot of nice places.
Yeah, my little brother doesn't get fall break. He was at Radford, and their fall break is Friday, and then I think they might have Monday off too, but it's Friday, and I was like, well,
I feel like
if it's a Thursday, you can go home and kind of not feel bad about missing the weekend, but if it's Friday, you have to leave on a party day. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
So he didn't come home, and I was like, that sucks because especially as a freshman, bro, you really need that.
You need that, man.
You
need that. I feel that. I've been here since August 10th. It's now October 14th. And, I love it here. Don't get me wrong. I've definitely found a good home vibe in my new house, and I love it here. But, again, there's nothing better than going home, seeing your family, having a nice home-cooked meal, and just recharging the batteries, man.
It's a little inspirational, I feel like. Because I go home in a little bit. I feel like I get a little kick in the ass to be like, yo, you got to keep pushing through school. You got to do it. You got to do it.
It's just recharging your batteries, which a lot of people tend to miss, how important that is. I mean, we're not just talking about, sleep or getting enough sleep or your health, it's your mental health, dude. Like, people often overlook that aspect, and like being away from home for a long period of time and being on your own is very beneficial, but there's also, you got to know when enough is enough. You got to know when to go home, which I think a lot of people don't do. And again, I would have been going home this past weekend if my dad hadn't already planned on coming to visit. So just keep that in mind for all you listeners, that you got to recharge the batteries, got to stay on top of your mental health. But yeah, man, I mean, now we're heading into the mid-semester blues, as I like to call it. It sucks. So bear with yourself and others, because this time of the year I find drags on, because we had fall break, which was great, but now our next break isn't till Thanksgiving. It's over a month away, and the days are getting shorter now. It's getting dark out around 6:40, 6:30. Which I always hate personally.
Yeah, the getting darker earlier kind of sucks, but I really do enjoy the fall weather, honestly.
I love the fall weather.
I like the
weather's
leaves
great.
colors and shit.
Yeah, I love
corny,
fall.
but...
Nah, man, dude, I get it. I love fall, but damn, man, do I hate when it gets dark out early. I feel like, because I'll be honest, man.
And it goes straight into winter, too, bruh.
Yeah,
it starts getting
you
dark
just
early,
get
and then, dang, it's freezing outside.
Then it's getting dark at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then you got your whole day's going. I mean, there's days where I'll lay in bed, like...
It's kind of nice, though. It's kind of nice. Like, I like the fall and winter. Bro, you just chill the fuck out all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I agree. It's nice to get, that cold weather feels good, man.
Smoking cigs outside is way better. It's, like, way more satisfying. I don't know why. In the fall, and like when it's cold outside, it's always better. But anyway, yeah. One thing I was talking to James, right?
Right.
Got a little story, and I was like, honestly, one of the hardest parts about college is like enduring the fucking mental abuse that your professors are gonna put on you, because I was in class, right? And this is not the first time this has happened. This happens to me all the time.
Right.
I turned in an assignment, right? And then the professor goes, "Hey, guys, I just want you to know that if you did blah, 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 you shouldn't have done that." And, like, I'll literally give you a specific example. I was sitting in class. Like,
the way that you formatted an assignment.
They're saying, like, you didn't do it, like, you turned this in. Well, they don't point you out, but they're like, yeah, if you turned in something that said this or did this, it sucked. It was bad. Listen, here, I'll give you a specific example. I'm sitting in class, and my professor goes, "Oh, yeah, one more thing. You guys turned in your event coverage stories, right? Because I do a lot of journalism." And he's like, if you wrapped it up with, and everybody had a happy ending, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh shit! I was like, I totally forgot. At the end of my story, I put, and everybody left happy and satisfied. And I was like, I don't know why I did that. I guess I turned it in really fast. I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, there's times
but he
where you
exposes
just get in.
me, and he's like, "Did you take a?" He looks at the class. He's like, how would you know that? Did you take a poll of every person that ran the 5K?
He's one of those, huh?
And I was like, yeah, he was looking at the class. He's like, you didn't take a poll of everyone that walked the 5K, did you? And I was like, well, considering I'm the only one that did the breast cancer walk, I'm pretty sure he's fucking talking about me. And I was like, just sitting there, and I was like, I made one mistake. Like, and I'm getting like, nobody else
drilled.
Technically knows it's me, but I
Yeah.
knew. And
How
it's
big's
so
the class?
embarrassing. Like 20 kids, but it's
it's
been worse. I've had it worse.
Oh, I've had it been worse before.
Like,
I've had my name definitely called out in class.
When
Like,
you
hey,
turn
by the
in
way,
an
like you
assignment-
added this in there, and that was fluff. You didn't need that.
Yeah.
What was that journalism
happens.
class we had to take together?
Media 215?
Or that freshman year?
Yeah.
That was freshman year, man. Oh my god, that
Dude.
was second semester freshman year, and what was it? It was in the basement of Martin.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. I remember Luke and I used to get called out by name if she used to call out everyone by name.
Yeah, dude. It's
She goes,
like,
yeah, like, by the way, like, Luke and I worked on one report together, press release, and we added like a little bit of fluff in there to get the word count because we just were running out of things to say.
You always have to, bro. Especially in those
She immediately
assignments.
called it on it, like called us on it. I was like, look, lady, in a real live press release, there's not a word count that you need.
It's so
you need to
stupid.
follow. Like,
it's so dumb because it's like you get specific information, and they're like, you have to use this information. You can't put any opinions. This is all the information you have, and it's like a paragraph worth of shit. And then they're like, that's all you get. Make 400 fucking words out of that.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, I know. Like,
Sorry for like, I'm cursing a lot. I'm getting hot.
Yeah, we're talking about some tough.
But yeah, that is like the wackest thing ever. Because I'm like, honestly, I look at that old man that's my professor, and I'm like,
I know you're talking about me, asshole.
I was like, yeah, really. I was like, I wonder who you're talking about. And I was like, I would work you up and down.
Yeah.
And anything media related, I was like, I could double your shit.
Well,
like,
what bothers me the most is I have
and
this
I'm
one.
getting shit on because he's like actually calling me out. And I'm like, motherfucker, damn.
Well, I got this one professor that like really is kind of getting under my skin because we have to submit these. I actually got one due tomorrow. I already started it. I'm gonna finish it Pride tonight and a little bit tomorrow. I have this one professor who we have to write sport related articles and journal entries and long essays for this class, a PR class. And I have this one professor who has time and time again commented on my essay or paper or article, you are a fantastic writer, you're a fantastic writer, you're a fantastic writer. And then gives me like a B on it. And he's like, but you forgot to put like Times New Roman. I'm like, all right, like, no. I always format MLA like I'm supposed to, but he like he wants a certain header done. He wants like, and then even if I do like one thing wrong, like I don't spend as much time on one of the questions in the prompts, I get shit for it. And I'm just like, dude, at this point, like, I don't know how to win with you because you say my writing's flawless at this point, but like, I'm like, apparently not. Like, so you gotta tell me like which is it. And that's been pissing me off lately because I can't get past this guy.
The thing is, too, like what you were saying, like, I've gotten good compliments, too. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten bad ones, but I've gotten good ones as well, right? And, dude, the way, like, college works is, like, I get good comments, and I get about a B. I get bad comments, and I get about a B or a C.
I know.
And I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. They just push you towards a B or C, like always. Like that's what college is. It's like you can literally you take L's sometimes, and you're still gonna finish with a B or C. You just gotta learn how to fucking have some grit, power through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely
so weird.
It's pretty like
it's not like high school, bro, where it's like actually matters.
It kind of like levels you out in a way. I think like
it's pretty humbling. I would say.
It's it's definitely humbling. I think like when you really sit there and you like a lot of people like ignore the teacher's feedback, and I used to too. Like I really like I know on eCampus you can see like teacher commented back. I'm like screw that. I don't give a shit. Like I'm not reading that.
I look at it more often now.
I'm a junior now, and I look at it way more often than I used to because I was acing my like English classes. Like I took I had to take 3 English classes here. 101, 102, and a 111 advanced course, which was like writing poetry and like actual literature and shit. I got A+ in all 3 of them. Like I love writing. I'm a good writer. That's always been my strong suit in school. Never a numbers guy. And now I sit here for like some of these like journalism classes or these like PR classes. I sit here and I'm like, all right, I actually like want to look over this feedback because this is kind of where the field I'm direct. Like I want to go one day, but also like I don't understand because in my mind I thought this was flawless.
Well, I think as you get into like your more major courses, right? Like you care more about like the stuff, shit you're learning. So like you really are like dedicated, then you want to be better. You know what I'm saying? So that's that.
I think between last semester, my second semester sophomore year, and this semester, I've seen. Well, going back a year, I did horrible my first semester as a sophomore. I had to drop 2 courses, had to make them up over the summer. I got like a 3.2 only because I dropped the 2 courses I was pretty much, I think, going to fail. And of course, prereqs, like we're talking like Spanish and sociology. 2 classes I really don't give a shit about. But the thing is, like, watching, I like kind of like had some growth over last winter break. And I was like, dude, like, look, like, this is my future. I got buckled down. This is it. I did good freshman year. That was a fluke of a semester. I'm crushing this semester.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, you had to go home and you did.
Yeah.
You got your grades up. I got 3.9 last semester.
Yeah, that's really good.
And I was really proud of myself, really happy. And this semester, my midterm grades, they're average, but at least I know, like, it's kind of tough because, like, it's like my midterm grades were 4 Bs and 1 C. I don't have a single A right now, which actually shocked me in my one course. But it's kind of a blessing in disguise because I see that, and immediately I sent out an email to all my teachers like, all right, I got my midterm grade. How are we gonna fix this? And to all you younger viewers or anyone who's struggling with grades right now who are listening in right now, do this. Take those midterm grades seriously because we only have a month and a half left this semester, and that seems like a lot of time, but it's really not. Take those midterm grades seriously because I've always done this. I check out my midterm grades and I reach out to all my professors like, all right, look, I'm not where I want to be. I admit it. I probably slacked off. This is my fault, not yours. I own that. How can I fix this? How can I bump that grade up to an A? How can I get that C to a B? How can I pass this class? Like, that's the kind of steps you guys need to take. And that's what I've been doing. I got really positive. I've never really had any problems with feedback. I've gotten, from the 2 emails I sent already, I've gotten great feedback. And I'm ready now. I'm, like I said, fall break was great. Got to see my parents, and now I'm ready to get back on the horse and grind the rest of the semester out.
All right, let's hit it. Let's get into some fucking sports. All right.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Let's jump on Giants-Dodgers Game 5. Big game for baseball. The NLCS already has the Braves on the one side. The ALCS matchup is Astros-Red Sox. That's going to be a hell of a series. Astros got accused of fucking Stein stealing again by the White Sox. They accused him of it. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt it because that White Sox team, their starting rotation was like probably the best this year in terms of like depth and guys. And they got shelled. I mean, they were getting smacked. And I was like, maybe the Astros are just really good hitters, but maybe they're Stein stealing again. But at the same time, I was saying this the other day. Everybody does it. What do you call this? Sign stealing. You steal the catcher's sign so they know what pitch is coming.
Oh.
Everybody does it. It's not new to baseball. It's been going on.
I feel like that's something that's so hard to like avoid after like a while. Like, how do you avoid?
You do anything in pro sports to get an edge.
Yeah.
Like, you have to.
Yeah, you have to.
So, like, that's...
I don't want to say you have to, but...
You have to.
In today's day and age, it's so common that, like, a lot of people bat their eyes, like, to it. It's actually interesting because in my SAP class, we just took a test today, but we were talking about, like, getting an edge. One of the biggest ways is different types of, I guess, like, just overall drugs that people are taking. And the biggest issue that the MLB has is actually Adderall.
Yeah, I know. Chris Davis, big story. I don't know. A lot of people probably don't know this story. Chris Davis, probably the best first baseman in the MLB for like a 2-year span. Arguably, right? I'm not going to say he is or isn't.
Right.
They drug test him. They figure out he's on Adderall. They suspend him. They say he can't take Adderall anymore. And when I say his career didn't just fall off a cliff, it died. It rolled over and killed itself. That's what his career did. I swear. He got paid, too, right before they found that out. He got paid a lot of money. He hit bombs. Like 50 bombs a year. He was insane.
Yeah.
He asked to stop taking Adderall, and he almost broke the record for at bats without a hit. He didn't touch base ever. He wouldn't get walked. He wouldn't get a hit. He was horrible.
It's so sad.
He was horrible.
That's a full-on dependency on something like that too. Like, that's just a problem.
It's crazy though. Like, his career died. It wasn't like, he only batted 200 and hit like 25 bombs. Like, he was never as good. No, he turned into the worst baseball player in the MLB. Like, he went from one of the best to one of the worst because of Adderall. I swear to God.
That's horrible.
It's an insane story. The rise and fall of Chris Davis, bro. Someone needs to make a documentary about it. It's actually crazy.
Someday it probably will. Again, dude, I didn't even realize how like intense drug use was. I mean, I guess I did. Like, I kind of had a hint, but like, it's like so different for every like sport too. I mean, like you talk about like boxers and UFC and gymnastics, they take diuretes, I think it's pronounced, or something like that, diuretes or whatever, and it basically just like excretes like excess water from your system to like so they can make weigh-in.
Yeah, I mean that's also like, I mean now there's like drugs for anything.
Dude, it's amazing. I was looking at the whole list of like, it's just sport by sport they abuse different things. Like, I mean, runners and swimmers use like EPOs, which is something that's naturally made in your kidneys anyway, but it basically just like doubles. It just like increases your red blood cell count, so it just gets like better airflow, better, like you get like your best quality, like
like people take blood thinners sometimes, shit like that. Like,
it's crazy, man.
I mean, there's just drugs for anything, but there's also plenty of natural ways to do stuff. Like you said, they take these pills that get rid of all the water. Well, I know a lot of wrestlers when I was wrestling, they used to take saltwater baths and did the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, but that's way less intense than putting something unnatural chemically in your body.
I guess that's true, but like it does the same job. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could do it naturally,
though. Again, but like how much to an extent?
I guess I don't know. It's an intense sport, bro. I've seen a lot of shit in the
wrestling. I mean, I've never wrestled. I know you were a big wrestler in high school, so I don't know what that lifestyle's like. It never appealed to me.
It sucks.
I have one buddy in high school who was I'm gonna shout him out. Stefan Hutt, man. That dude was always freaking messing with his weight, and it looked miserable. Like, he was so miserable sometimes during the season.
Yeah, man.
Like, he would just walk in one day and he'd be like, "Hey, Coach, so I can eat whatever the hell I want," and he'd be eating, and he'd be happy as hell. And then next week he's like, "Oh, I gotta cut weight," and he'd be miserable.
Like, one time,
what the hell?
I have so many stories. It's intense. It's really intense. James, one time when we were at school, he was overweight, and we had a match that night. So. And he was at his first 2 classes. One, he was a TA, right? And then the other one, he had like I forgot what the class was. But that teacher, and while he was TAing for PE.
Right.
We had this hallway that was insanely hot because we didn't get any AC. And he had to put on his sweatshirt and sweatpants and ran up and back that thing for 3 hours to cut 11 pounds in a day. And he did it. And he fucking
11 pounds?
Bro,
that's so freaking unhealthy.
There's so many times where I'm sitting at lunch and I'm not eating. Or I'd go to lunch and I'd bring something my dad packed me, and it would be like it was like a Lunchable, but for more like adults, I guess. And then it would have a tuna packet.
Could you get me the name of those?
A packet of mayo. Yeah, right. And then like it had crackers and like other shit in it. And he texted me and was like, "Hey, you can eat the tuna, but you can't eat the mayo, and you can't eat the crackers." And I was like, "Fuck." So dude, was all I had all day. I was a growing kid too, man. I couldn't eat.
Yeah, dude, especially at a high school level like you, that's so unhealthy to not be like supplying your body with those nutrients, that protein. Like,
it's so normal, though.
Vitamins, like it's not normal. I mean, it's like...
It's normalized
in the sport.
Yeah.
You're right. It's normalized in the sport, but like, dude, no, man.
Like,
that's so messed up.
Bro,
like,
I used to lose like 4 pounds every practice, like just from like
dude.
Our coach would turn up the heat in the room, and like I would just be sweating like a dog.
Yeah, I got a buddy who I also graduated Salesianum with, Zach Spence. Man, he's a wrestler down in Maryland, UMD, and it's no joke, man. Like I'm sure he fucking has to deal with all this shit all the time.
We're getting way off topic.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how we got there.
I don't know. All right, let's go back
to
Giants
Dodgers, man. It's game 5.
It was a good little.
Yeah, it was a good little runoff.
Just some drug information for you guys, and don't wrestle.
Come on, it's a great sport.
Yeah, it's a great sport.
Builds character.
I'm sure. Anyway. All right.
Giants Dodgers game 5 in San Francisco. One of the biggest games.
I'm moving Giants.
Dude, you like them? You like the Giants? I kind of do too, a little bit, because realistically, they are the best team in the MLB. and that's undeniable.
But I feel like, and I say this to a lot of teams, they tend to play down when they play a team like the Dodgers, especially like with that long-rooted rivalry there. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like they have the tendency to choke under some like.
I kind of feel that too.
Games.
I feel like they could choke, but I think it's their game to lose.
You think it's the Dodgers game to lose or the Giants game to lose?
The Giants game to lose. But I feel like they could choke it because this Dodgers team really isn't a joke. They have 105 wins. The Giants have 106. They're by far the two best teams.
They're neck and neck, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Giants on this one just because I love both teams. I really have no problem with either team. Great franchises. I just think. Like, I would like to see someone else in the seat, dude. Like, the Dodgers won it last year.
Yeah, so I got you. I kind of feel that, too, honestly.
Yeah, like, I feel like if the Dodgers end up making it, I probably will stop watching.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be less interested.
The Red Sox is going to be big. If it's the Dodgers and Astros, I'm not going to watch it.
No, that's so lame. That's what I'm saying. It's so lame.
I'm
like,
gonna watch it.
Like, it's kind of like watching the Stanley Cup. Like, you see the lighting, year and year, and it's like it's kind of like, all right, like that's cool. Like, what else we got? Like,
I know,
you know what I mean? Like, I want to see someone else on the hot seat. I want to see what else these silly teams are made of.
I got you. I was pumped for the NBA because it was the Suns and Bucks, dude. That was great.
Yeah, that was dope.
That's what I kind of want to see that
sold
too.
On that.
They did,
but
I had the Bucks anyway, so that was good. I think you're right. I'd like to see the Giants in the seat. Yeah. I'd like to see them get the chance to play in the World Series.
Right. I remember, the last time I remember the Giants being in the World Series was Tim Lincecum was pitching, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember, like, back then, it was so legit for my family because we were all into baseball, but we all, like, for some reason just were in love with Tim Lincecum. All loved him. And
Tim Lincecum was the fucking man.
Yeah, he's just sicko, dude. My brother was a big pitcher back then, and like he was like really, really into it. And like we were all just a baseball family, but the Phillies were out, and we were just kind of like, dude, like he was rooting for the Giants, man. Like we all like stuck with the Giants through all playoffs. We're like, yo, we want Giants, my whole family. And then watching Tim Lincecum pitch in the World Series,
the first ever like. I guess I can't say that, but he was like that new era blow it past you pitcher.
Right.
Like since like I don't know, there's always usually a guy like that, but then like Roy Halladay came around and he was more like you can't touch what he's got. And Tim Lincecum was like he'd wind all the way back.
Yeah.
You'd see his name if you were hitting, and then wow, bam.
Yeah, he really
He's
did.
He's got the long hair and stuff, bro. Yeah, Tim Lincecum was a show.
Every part of his body, dude.
Yeah,
legs to the point where like they were like so far apart, he was almost unbalanced. Like,
you know what's crazy though? They still got the same shortstop and same catcher.
Yeah.
Buster Posey and Brandon Crawford, they're still there. They're still there.
I know.
That's so crazy to think about. I think those are some old men, dude. That's what worries me about them, though. I think they're a little old. But in baseball, age really does not mean shit. It's like one of the only sports where like you could be old, but you can swing a bat, can't you?
Right.
Like,
yeah. It kind of sticks with you.
Yeah.
Game only gets better. I hear that because it's not very contact like.
No.
So, I mean, your game was always growing. Like in football, like look at Big Ben right now, bro. Like,
yeah, I know his body's falling apart.
He's falling apart, man. Like, so yeah, I hear what you're saying. That baseball is different in that way.
Well, like also not pitchers though. You got to be a hitter. If you're an old pitcher, bro, the toll that 100. I mean, you don't pitch in 162 games. Your arm is toast. Your arm's toast after like 5 years.
And it's like the rest of your life too. Like you're dealing with that.
Oh yeah.
Like you're.
Oh, it's done.
You're throwing 100 mile per, like between 90 and 100 mile per hour heaters for years.
That's a really
like,
yeah.
My grandfather's a pitcher, man. He messed up his shoulder. Our one buddy Eric blew out his shoulder at UV.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, I was just gonna say it's kind of an unhealthy thing. Like guys get Tommy John, like first year in college.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Tommy John's a major surgery. It's pretty big, you know?
Yeah, and
it's very normal.
It's the rest of your life. Imagine being, 20-some-year-old, like mid-20s, and you have to get a serious surgery like that. Like,
yeah. They take like
that it would take a normal person. I mean, double the amount of time, like, to build up and have to get that surgery.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm going to move Giants on this, and I think it'd be really cool to see him play. Plus, my SCP teacher's a Giants fan, so I'm hoping that will
I could get down with the Giants, yeah.
raise his spirits a little bit.
Let's do it. Let's do Giants, but I like Dodgers plus 1.5 if anybody asks. Even though the line on that is really fucking bad. But
I mean, I see it.
I mean, I just don't think
I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be.
It's going to
be a low-scoring game.
It's got to be close.
Low-scoring game, very close. I'd be shocked if either team stepped on the field tonight and it was just a blowout.
Giants just can't hit that well, like unless the Dodgers pitching really sucks.
That's tonight, right?
Yeah, it's tonight.
Yeah.
All right, so we got let's hit the NFL, bro. There's way too much to talk about for us to not get on this. So we're gonna do like a little recap of last week.
Week 5.
We don't have the exact records. We don't have the exact records, but we do have like we're aware. We're aware.
Yeah.
Next week we
promised. We said we were gonna do it this week, but we really didn't have the time. We were resting for fall break and just getting back on the horse with school.
So we got our big game. We both picked the Browns, and then they're up 8 with a few minutes left, and they blow it. They lose by more than a touch. They lost by a touchdown.
No, only 5.
Oh, only 5?
Yeah. 47-42 is the final. And again, that we kind of knew that was going to be a close game going into it just because of they're two very good teams.
We did say it was going to be close.
I mean, even the lines for both of them were very close. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting like that game I'm okay losing with. A game I'm not okay with losing was the fact that the Colts blew that against the Ravens.
You want to hear something crazy, though, real quick, about the Browns, about that game?
Yes, absolutely.
Before Cleveland's loss in L.A., teams were 443-0 when scoring 40 points with no turnovers. 40-plus points with no turnovers. 443-0. And they lost the first time. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that just rubs it in. That we lost that.
Yeah, it's kind of like no excuses that way.
Like 443-0?
That's hard.
Come on.
It's hard to hear, man.
It just hurts. That one made it hurt a little bit worse. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, the Colts, too. Was I on the Colts? I forgot. I think I said
no.
I said I loved the Colts to cover.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Which they did, I think. It was
they
7.5.
did.
It was 7.5, right?
Yep, they did.
25-30 was the final score. That
was so bad, though.
No, the Ravens had no business winning that game, but I mean, at the end of the day, it came down to defense, and dude, they blocked that. They blocked that field goal. They blocked that
field goal,
which was incredible. I mean,
and then they got 2-point conversions.
It sucks. I mean, it sucked for my record, but and then. What, did you choose? I chose Bills. You chose Chiefs, right?
I think I said the Chiefs, and I'm pissed at myself for that. That was
18,
stupid.
That's a whopping 18 points. Dude. That should have been a closer game.
That was a bad read, I think.
But that's unacceptable on the Chiefs' part. Like,
oh yeah,
you can't be coming.
They didn't look very good.
No, I mean, you can't, especially after being in the Super Bowl and losing. You can't be in a position to be screwing around like that.
You remember what I said though, week 1 about teams that lose in the Super Bowl? They don't make the playoffs the following year. The only team to ever do it was the Pats.
Yeah.
Think about it. It looks real now.
Yeah, I know. It's scary, man.
Because we were both on the Browns week 1. Damn, that was a bad call. I think that was a bad call if I said the Bills, or if I said the Chiefs, which I think I did.
Steelers, Broncos. Big fat ass Ben surprised me and pulled out a win, 27-19.
I think the Broncos were fake, bro. Because
that was kind of like tough to watch. It's just because like
it was ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Bridgewater play?
Yeah, but he was hurt, so he didn't really practice that much.
Yeah, because I saw he missed practice. It was actually right after we recorded our podcast. I worked that night. And I texted Luke right away, and I was like, "Dude, Bridgewater might not play," and we both predicted the Broncos.
Yeah, no, there were a couple injuries that kind of affected the picks this week. Like I said the Cowboys, but I said the Giants. I really like them to cover 7, and they were looking really good. And then Danny Dimes got smoked, and got up drooling and spitting all over himself. And then Saquon also got hurt. So, like, that went down the fucking drain.
Right.
You know?
So, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to cover about last week. I will say I was wrong. I remember, if you guys listen to last podcast, I did say if it's the week to do it, it's this week. Yeah, dude. Man, did I blow that one. That sucks, man.
Dude, it took
Holy
a lot
shit.
of balls to say that, though.
It took a lot of, dude, but here's the thing, and like I said at the end of last episode, was like, here's the thing, like, I can say this, and I can come out next week and just be an absolute stud, like, Dr. Locks, whatever, or I could just be like, he's not losing much. He kind of, like, was down bad from the start. But, man, like, not even half. I think, like, maybe 2, man. Like, I don't even know. It sucks ass. That sucked, dude. That sucks.
You said I was wrong.
I was like dead wrong.
When the Lions, all right. The Lions lost. Give yourself some fucking slack on that.
Right, that was 2 points, wasn't it?
They kicked a game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
the Vikings.
17-19, man. See, and again, like the Colts could have had that game. Like
the Colts too.
I took the Patriots over Texans, and thank God they came back from that deficit.
That was wild.
That was wild. Great game. Great second half by the Patriots, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home underdogs are, if they're like 6-point dogs, then
yeah. I did take the Eagles as well. I took the Eagles.
The
Jets,
Eagles was a good one. That was
Jets
a good one.
lost to the Falcons by a touchdown, which I think I took the Jets.
You did, because I was like, I would never take the Jets over the Falcons.
You took Seahawks. I took Rams.
Yeah, Russ goes down, and he's
Yeah.
he's gonna miss 2 games, and he's never ever missed a game.
Let's briefly touch on that. Russell Wilson is his ligament injury.
Yeah,
they had to cut his ligament in his finger.
What?
Yeah, this is all right. So this is what I actually haven't. I actually just heard this last night from one of our buddies, and I'm not sure how accurate this is because I haven't done my read. I haven't had the time to like look up on it, read up on it. I had a test today, and I was studying last night. But from what he told me, they had to basically. I could be wrong, but this is what he told me. Cut the ligament, and then they pulled it down and screwed it to a different part of his hand.
Holy fuck. That's disgusting.
That's really painful when you think about it.
I bet it was.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
it's one of those things where when you're watching like the game, I was watching it that night at work, and I was kind of sitting there, I was like, it doesn't look that bad. And then like he left the game, and I was like, oh, like you gotta know, like if you're leaving the game for like something like your fingers, like you must have really jacked up your finger, dude. I mean,
because you get your fingers banged up all the time.
Yeah, man. No matter what, you get in basketball, lacrosse, you get them jammed, smacked on. Like, all the sports I played in high school, my fingers were never safe, dude. Yeah, you get jammed by a basketball or lacrosse. I was an attackman, dude. My hands were always getting slammed.
Yeah, I bet. So, yeah, but I got talked into the Seahawks. I said that, but I think if Russ plays that. They have a good chance of winning. I'm not going to say they would have won because that's not fair, obviously. But, like I also say, a loss is a loss, a win's a win,
Right.
And sometimes you're on the bad part of it, and sometimes you're on the good part of it. Right. So, like, if we had the Chargers, we wouldn't be complaining that the Browns choked, right?
Right.
But, like, it's a win's a win's, a loss a loss. Sometimes you're on the good side of things, sometimes you're not. And you just have to accept it how it is. Yeah.
You have to accept it. I will say the one game that I'm most proud of that I did predict was an underdog. The Bears over the Raiders.
That was a good call.
That was a great call. That was an away game. That was in Las Vegas. Justin Fields, first time starting. That's first time starting or second game?
I think it's technically his first
start. He played in one, but
I
think that was his first time they named him as QB1.
Yeah.
And I knew it, dude. And I had a few people tell me like listening last time, like, bro, like the Bears, like they're in Vegas, like Vegas is a legit team. And yeah, you're right, man. I've been saying that since episode 1 of our podcast. Vegas is a legit team this season. But I'm telling you, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Justin Fields in that program. And again, I wanted him as a Patriot when the draft came out, when the draft was last year. But I think he fits the Bears program very well. And I knew there was something telling me last week, especially with that game. I was like, nah, like Like, I like that game. Like, I like Justin Fields.
Yeah, that was a good call. I think you nailed that one because they matched up extremely well versus that Raiders team. I mean, the Raiders hardly scored. They scored, 9 points?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, they matched up well. They had their number.
Yeah, 20-9.
Yeah. And, I mean, go figure, that was John Gruden's last game.
Yeah. You want to jump into that?
Since,
since that's actually the perfect segue because now we're done with our reflection of last week. Yeah, let's hop into that, man. What are your thoughts on that? I want to hear what you gotta say.
It's such.
Here, so let me like before I get your opinion on, I want to like
give some background.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
So, John Gruden, he's the head coach, right?
Yeah.
Raiders?
Yeah.
So John Gruden,
He got a 10-year deal, $100 million.
Yeah, he ended up resigning last week after, and this is pretty crazy because he didn't miss a beat, man. Homophobic, misogynistic, and racial comments.
He was on fire of like being disrespectful.
Like talking about being hated by everybody. Like, he hit every women, gay people, and
people of color.
Yeah, that is like, especially in today's world, man. That's like you should you'll never see the media again. Type
no,
we'll never hear from him again.
Never.
Especially in today's day and age, dude. That is some serious heat you're throwing out.
He got fucking canceled.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, all right. I'm not defending John Gruden. I will not. The stuff that he said in some of those emails are extremely just foul. Like the thing he said about Michael Sam, that was ridiculous. Do I kind of get where he's coming from in a way? Yeah, but you can't say the stuff that you did. Like the stuff that he said and the stuff he got connected to Washington with their whole sexual assault in the office thing too.
Right.
That stuff is disgusting. You hate Roger Goodell, you hate the boss. Okay, that's fine. Call him a clueless anti-football bitch, a clueless anti-football hater, whatever. You can't say that the F word, the FAG word. You can't really do that. And I get it was in 2011 at the time too, but I don't know. You're sending professional emails out there, have some, I don't know, catch a fucking vibe, man. Have some feel, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Have some feel,
yeah,
be professional.
Dude, it's so dumb. It's so it amazes me. That's the way he got caught, right? The number one thing anyone has ever taught us about media, technology, emails, text messages, Snapchats, whatever the hell is online, is never safe. My phone is literally listening to me right now.
Yeah.
Nothing is, you're not private on any of these, on anything technology based. How the hell do you expect a bunch of emails going through that you were sending and just expect them just not surface at some point? Especially with being at the status you're at.
I know.
I get worried one day, if I somehow become somewhat known, they're gonna pull out something I did in 7th or 8th grade or high school that was just so dumb.
I'm sure if I ever make it somewhere,
people
are gonna find some shit
I've done on
of course,
social media.
Everybody has.
If you're listening to this and you can say you haven't done one stupid thing that you have done on social media
you regret,
that you have never done anything, that bullshit. I call it cap. That's absolute crap.
It happens. Especially with cameras recording everything.
Bro. It came to us at such an early age in our lives.
Exactly.
I wish I grew up in the time that my parents did, where they didn't have to deal with this shit.
Exactly.
Because everything comes back to bite you in the ass, dude.
Bro, people get fired on over
careful.
Facebook and stuff.
Nowadays, dude, I'm super careful. I pretty much stay off my phone anymore, man.
I know. It's because you can't.
You really can't.
You can ruin your life in one tweet, honestly.
You can. I mean, dude, you put something out there, you're done.
I know.
You're done. That's, dude, there's digital footprints of all that shit. So again, that's the dumb part to me is like he thought that like that was gonna be okay. Like he actually thought by sending those emails and saying what he did, and then like he was just like nothing was gonna come of that. Like how stupid do you have to be?
You know, a lot of people are defending. There's actually quite a few people defending him, but a lot of people are saying like, you know, he sent those in 2011, which he did. But you also can't really say that stuff in 2011 either. I get it's 10 years later and it's hard to go back. I was 11 years old. But I really don't think if you called your boss a clueless anti-football pussy, I guess not technically his boss because he's the commissioner, not the owner, you're probably going to get fired. I mean, he didn't even get fired. They agreed to resign. He agreed to resign. Like, you can't say that stuff then either, you know, like what he said, you just can't get away with. And then like Bruce Allen emailing you photos of girls in bikinis and stuff, like, dude, you gotta fucking
like email, dude.
You email. Like, that's email, what I'm saying.
Like I'm like dumb, dude. That's like not. There's so many there's so many better ways to have done that if you're gonna do that, and they chose email.
And the thing is, bro,
that. Dude, like again, it's just the stupidity of like how it went, like the narrative, the way that it went down is so freaking stupid to me.
And I think it's funny that like people like kind of fucking love John Gruden, like he's kind of like a football icon, but this dude is a weirdo. He's a weirdo. Like look at his haircut, like look at him. He looks like a goof. His brother Jay Gruden is a fucking weirdo too. Like they're a family of weird guys, and like he came to be this football icon that everyone really liked, but at the same time, he's a weirdo. Like that's how it is. Nobody really knows him that personally. Like I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that then. He could be weird. He could not be.
Right.
It's hard to tell if he's a football guy or not because he hates Goodell, which I feel like a lot of football guys hate Goodell. I hate Goodell. Right?
To be honest, I really don't feel a particular way towards him at all. I don't hate him. I don't like him. He's just a part of the.
I think he's such a nerd.
I could see that.
He's a fucking nerd.
Fucking dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dweeb.
But speaking of football guys, Dan Campbell, the ultimate football guy. He is football guy, number one. Dan Campbell, the Lions head coach. Mm-hmm. You ever like listen to anything with him?
No, I can say I definitely haven't.
He would cut his arm off for a Super Bowl win. He said that.
Right.
He wanted to get an actual lion in the locker room. And on draft night, he sets up cornhole outside the war room. Just to keep people fresh, you know. Keep it light.
Right.
Sets up cornhole, you know. That dude loves football. He loves football. Like, and he started crying at his press conference. And that's how I know he really loves football. He was really broken down by the Vikings driving down the field in the last 30 seconds and kicking a game winner. He was very, very, very upset. He was very upset. He said he was like, I'm not upset that we lost. Like, I'm upset that my guys like gave everything they had and we still couldn't pull it out. And he just wants to win so bad, you know?
Yeah.
And that happened to him twice now. This is the Lions were supposed to be the worst team in the NFL. Like, nobody had expectations for them to be any good. And he, like, I'm sure he gets that. I'm sure he knows, right? But for the second time, they lose on a game-winning field goal with no time left. And the one time the Ravens, Justin Tucker kicked it from 66 yards.
Yeah, I know.
Like, god damn. That hurts really bad. Like, you know, that one, that stinks. I feel really bad. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the Lions.
You
right now.
Had them too.
I know that, dude. I know that was pretty upsetting.
And he was broken up.
Yeah,
I felt horrible, and I was like, that kind of makes me want to like, I want to cheer for.
Now that they don't have Stafford, like, I like they're like the ultimate underdog to me right now.
Ultimate, yeah.
Like and like you can't. It's like why are you gonna hate the underdog? You know?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I see like a lot of spirit. Like I see like they're trying, they're pushing. So like,
bro, they go out and give it everything they got.
they do,
like,
dude. And dude, so do the fans, man. Detroit loves them still. Like that's a supportive ass city. Their teams aren't great, man. Tigers, Red Wings.
I know.
Like they probably are like as like currently like in this day and age, probably in the past 2-3 years, their teams have sucked.
Yeah, and
Sucked, man. Even the Pistons aren't great either.
no, Pistons suck, dude.
So like that's a rough city to that's a rough city to be from right now, dude.
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
shit. The Tigers, Red Wings.
Yeah, I
oh
actually
my
just
God.
hearing that out loud, bro. Dude, that's a loyal ass fan base.
I gotta
man.
stop feeling bad for myself, being like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Washington football
Washington.
team.
Like
Yeah,
we only
you
have
at least got the
one
Caps and the
championship.
Nationals, yeah.
We got 2 championships, the Caps and the Nats in the last 5
Yeah,
years.
and the Wizards.
Win.
Well, I guess the Wizards aren't
They're
good.
okay. They
Yeah.
made the playoffs last year, but I'm complaining and bitching and moaning. But like, okay, the Pistons just got dead last in the league. The Red Wings are horrible. The Tigers haven't been good in a while, and the Lions. Last time they made the playoffs, got fucked out of it, and they haven't even been remotely good ever since. Right? Like they suck. Crazy. Let's jump in. Red Wings. So let's do some fucking hockey, huh?
Hockey's back, man, and I am pumped. Man, I'm so freaking pumped. Oh my God.
This is your thing. You all year round. You always talk about hockey. You got the hockey jerseys hung up all around the room. Like,
yeah, man. I don't know. There's something about it that just like it's fast paced, which I love. It's like, you know, little to no breaks. It's contact as hell. I mean, there's fighting in it. I mean, that's like it's literally it's like the most dangerous sport because you're playing a already very contact sport. It's like the speed of soccer, the contact of football, and you're playing it on blades.
yeah.
And then you get to fight each other.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's so badass. And I love watching. I don't care who's playing. I love watching it. I love people from all teams. I really only don't dislike the I don't like Ottawa. I hate the Penguins, and I don't like the Bruins because I'm a Flyers fan. And then Ottawa just pisses me off because I hate Brady Tkachuk to be specific. But I love pretty much every team. I'm really excited they added a new team. The Seattle Kraken took the ice for the first time
That's
against
big,
the Vegas
yeah.
Golden Knights. And they had for their first game against a very, very comfortable and solid team who've been playing together now for 2-3 years. Like, they held their own. I mean, they were down 3-0 at one point, and then it ended up being 5-3. Like, they scored 3 goals their opening night. Like, that's a win. Away in Vegas, that's a win, dude. That's a win.
Seriously. They went to Vegas and played them really tough.
You got Giordano as their captain. He came over from Calgary, and I've always really liked him. And I think if they want to choose a guy to lead that team, I think he was definitely a great pick. I think he was starting to fall out of Calgary a little bit, and I think now with a new, fresh team, I think he's got some fresh legs this year. I'm excited to see what they can do. I'm excited to see how they match up against all their teams in their conference. But yeah, man, hockey's back, dude. Let's fucking get it.
Dude, I mean, I know you're pumped. I'm going to try to get into hockey a little bit more this year because I think, well, you and Brett always have some fucking really good picks.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm probably just going to take them more often, and then that's going to give me a reason to watch.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Brett and I, again, Brett's the same way I am, which is, I think it's really cool that he's my big brother because, like, we kind of, we'll just watch games together and we'll just, like, talk about it when we're out together and, like, we could sit there, you know, for an hour talking about it and, like, realize, like, time hasn't passed. Like, oh, like, it's an hour later? Shit. But, yeah, no, hockey is definitely one of the hardest sports to bet on. But, yeah, I mean, I've gotten used to reading it, and I'm very comfortable with it. So
yeah, no, for
I love
sure.
it.
I remember y'all was like, I hit a hockey party, man. I'm like, damn.
But yeah, man. Again, hockey's back. Very excited. Well, again, it's still early. The only thing I really say is I already covered the Kraken. Carey Price didn't start in net for the Canadians the other night, which was obviously a big opportunity for the Maple Leafs. And then
is Carey Price going to play today?
I don't know, to be honest. I didn't even hear he's out till.
You got some predictions for today? I don't think I could give any and feel good about my conscience because I really don't know. I pick every
it's still
single
early,
favorite.
but I'm going to take Maple Leafs over Senators. I'm going to take.
I heard the Senators, they're like a young team, right?
They're young. I just don't. They're not very talented, and I feel like they got a lot more time. I wouldn't be surprised if the Maple Leafs actually win by 2. Might take them -1.5.
Really?
Yeah. I could see that.
Well, the Maple Leafs are really good.
I could even see the Blue Jackets over Coyotes, and that's a rough one for me because I don't. Those are 2 teams I don't watch as much, but and last year I would have taken Coyotes, but it is still early, so
Coyotes got some sick uniforms.
Yeah,
I'll give them
studs,
that.
Yeah, Hurricanes over Islanders. Just quick, we're just reading through right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Just get it going.
Yeah, just
fire them out. Fire them out.
So first game, I'm gonna go Blue Jackets over Coyotes. I'll take Leafs over Senators. Hurricanes over Islanders.
You like the Hurricanes?
Yeah,
I feel like everybody's on the Islanders today.
Dude, actually, the one Instagram account I follow, I forget who it was. It may have been Barstool, actually. It was I may have been Spitting Chicklets, actually.
Okay.
They all predicted Hurricanes #1 by the end of the season in their division.
Really?
Which I could totally see.
Well,
Dude, they keep
give me an early
increasing.
winner. I know I said this last
Early
time.
winner?
Give me an early winner. I need it. I need to hear it.
Dude,
we can give you
see
another
I could
chance
see
throughout the middle of the year. Really?
I could see the Hurricanes. Yeah,
Okay.
I for right now, Hurricanes or Maple Leafs. I'm
Okay.
gonna see.
But the Maple Leafs always choke, right? That's kind of their story.
They do choke in the playoffs. Yeah,
They're like the Cowboys.
Yeah, they are like
Cowboys have not
which
won.
is funny because
a
my
game
brother's
in the playoffs.
the 2 favorite teams is the Leafs
God.
and the Cowboys.
That
So yeah, Hurricanes over Islanders. I hate the fact that I'm saying this right now, but I'm gonna take the Penguins over Panthers.
Really?
I'm gonna take
I feel like
Canadians.
the Panthers are good. They were pretty good last year, right?
Really good, but the Penguins smoked. I think it was Edmonton the other day.
No, they beat the fucking
The Lightning 6-2. Yeah, 6-2 exactly. So
They
I feel
look
like
good.
I feel like not taking them would be dumb.
Maybe the Lightning are just tired though. They just came off fucking short break.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, kind of like the same thing in the Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
It could
One
be
thing about sports is
Stanley Cup hangover.
one thing about sports is if you know how athletes feel and stuff, you can kind of get a good gauge on anything, right? So the Lightning, they won the championship, and usually teams coming after winning the championship just had an extremely long season, and they won 2. So they had 2 really long seasons. I feel like they could be a little bit banged up, a little bit a slow start.
I hear you.
I know that happens in the MLB every year.
For Canadians Sabres, it's a tough game. It is in Buffalo. So
Yeah, what do you think about that? My friend said Sabres plus 1.5, but I was like, don't they suck?
Actually, I kind of like that because I feel like I would take the Canadians money line. I feel like they would win, but I feel like it's going to be by a goal. I think Buffalo is going to be able to keep up with them. I think plus 1.5.
What about Carey Price? Is he?
I don't know
what
if
he
he's actually
plays?
starting. I don't. If he plays, I mean, definitely Canadians.
Okay.
Definitely. I don't think. I think again the Sabres were off last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Stars, Rangers. This is gonna be another tough one, but I'm actually pretty let down about how the Rangers played against the Caps. I thought they were gonna have a pretty good start of the season. Yeah, 5-1. That's disappointing as hell, man. Big brother Brett took them plus 1.5.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah,
Caps later at home, game 1.
Swallow, dude. That was tough. So I'm gonna go Stars. I think Sagan, obviously Jamie Benn, great team.
That's the man.
Dude. Yeah, man. I think they got Dobby in that tonight. They're starting Holtby, dude.
Holtby.
Yeah, they got Holtby now. Yeah, Braden Holtby.
What? He's making his way around, huh?
Again, I said this to my buddies last year. He's at that point in his career, kind of like where Wayne Simmons got. He's at the point now where he's just trade value.
Okay.
He's just gonna. It's to the end of his career now. He's just gonna keep spinning around. He could end in Dallas, but again, they're just going to keep spinning him around now until,
That's sad.
It's sad, but it's a reality of the sport. Like, again,
That's true.
If you get a little bit of trade value, a little bit of an edge, they're going to pick up a younger guy. And
I never thought
older.
I would see him out of.
He's a placeholder. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I never thought I would see the Stars keeping him, though, to the end of his the end of his career.
Okay. The Caps got 2 really good goalies now. Samsonov
is sicko.
And Vidicek.
Yeah.
He's good. Yeah. He started last night. That's who got it. He got the call. They're crazy. They're both really fucking good.
The easiest call of the night is going to be Lightning over Red Wings, especially coming off a loss from the Penguins.
You
by
think?
4 goals. Yeah, dude.
You don't think they bounce or they stay a little bit flat?
Nah, man.
Really?
Nah, I think that was a one-time thing from a good team. If they lose to a team like the Red Wings this early in the season, that's going to be a problem. Especially
you think?
Stanley
it's early, though.
Stanley Cup winner, though, like, coming off and lose. That's like...
I don't really know hockey, so I'm just asking questions.
All right, that's like the Buccaneers winning Super Bowl, coming back and losing to the Jets first game of the season.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like... Or second game of the season, since this is their second. But I'm going to take Lightning. I'll take -1.5.
What if the Bucks lost to, like, the Packers game 1, I guess, right? Wait, well that's the equivalent of the Penguins, right? They're, like, a really good team.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, this season, no, just because Aaron Rodgers showed up playing like shit the first season.
Yeah. Well, imagine he, like, torched the Bucks.
Yeah.
And then the Bucks played the Jets. You'd be like, the Bucks are so going to win.
Yeah.
Okay. I need these comparisons.
I'm going to do, I got you. I'm going to say, dude, I'm rooting for the Kraken tonight, and I think I'm going to be watching this game at work. I'm going to request my boss puts this on because
I was just going to say
too much of the Kraken play, but I want to study them. I want to see how they play.
I like their uniforms.
I love it, dude. Are you kidding me? That's the next jersey I'm getting.
Dude, I think expansion teams are such a good idea.
Such a good idea, dude.
It brings so much to the sport.
I wrote like 3 different papers on this last year. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Kraken. In the past 4 years, they've had 2 expansion teams now.
It's good for the NHL.
It's so good for the NHL, dude. It just brings a whole nother... It's brought 2 new cities, especially Vegas alone. Like, bringing Vegas into the atmosphere, like, that's big. And then bringing Seattle, which is still a major city, like metropolitan city, but, like, that's huge. Like,
they have a lot of room to grow, too, the NHL.
Yeah, and it gives... Oh, yeah, man. There's still so... I mean, you got to think, like... Probably like 1/4, maybe like 1/5 of the league is like Canadian, like they're all Canadian cities.
Yeah.
So like, I think like definitely room to expand all over the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean I think you're right. There's definitely a lot of growing for them to do still.
It's sick.
So
though.
I'm gonna take Kraken or Predators just because I want to see them win. And again, the show that they put up against the Golden Knights the other night, that was a good first game for them. That's the first time they played as a team, and they only lost by 2 goals to one of the top teams of the league last year. That's huge.
Yeah.
And then last game of the night, Golden Knights over Kings. This one's tough, just because I think a lot of people underestimate the Kings, but I am gonna have to take Golden Knights, just because again I think they're a younger, faster, stronger team. I think they play a lot better together than the Kings do. I think the Kings still got a few more years of rebuilding before they really get into their groove. So I'm going to go with the Golden Knights the last game of the night. Again, just quick round off. Haven't really looked at many matchups. I've been busy for like 24 hours straight now, catching up on homework, getting back, as I said multiple times today, on the horse with school. Had a study last night for a few hours, test today, 2 other classes on top of it, and now this podcast.
We're getting busy.
Yeah, man.
We're putting in the work though. We had a nice chat today. I feel like this was kind of like not really like our normal ones. It was kind of like a little chat.
Yeah, it feels good, man.
It was nice.
I kind of need this. Just sit back and I've been running around like crazy. I've been running myself on the ground. Feels good just sitting back and talking about sports, man. Who doesn't love talking about sports?
I know.
Something you love.
Fucking love it.
Yeah, man.
So much.
I love it, dude. I'm so excited. Again, we said this last podcast, man. This is a great time for sports, dude. We got NFL, we got playoff baseball, we got NBA preseason back.
Yeah, NBA is going to be back in no time now.
Yeah, NBA preseason, dude, and then we got hockey's back. Right?
Yeah, you get oh man,
whatever you want to watch.
But there's always one blackout day where it's like, oh shit, whoa, looks like there's no sports
Yeah,
on,
it's literally
and it's
gonna be
like,
like-
but every single sport is on.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's so whack. I hate
is
when
whack.
that happens. I remember that. It's like ESPN will always post. They're like, well, this is the first day and like blah 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 when there's been 0 sports on.
Yeah,
Like, what is this, hell?
yeah, I know.
Like,
All right.
yeah. Now let's wrap this
I
one
think
up.
this is a good time to 1 hour.
Yeah, only about an hour. I think we're on the shorter side.
I think we keep it an hour.
I think we're gonna do a better job getting our like going faster, keeping it a
Yeah.
little bit more concise. Also,
Right.
like I said, we were kind of shooting the shit, so like I think we got off topic quite a bit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's all good.
Definitely a couple rants.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna end up this week. We got a lot of big things coming still. So go ahead, wrap it up, Stevie.
Yeah, man. Again, if you guys made it this far, as I say at the end of every episode, we really appreciate it. Keep giving us feedback. We really, really appreciate the feedback. I don't think you guys understand how much we appreciate the feedback. We do take into consideration. We are making those changes, and I've heard from people that have given us suggestions before, and we've made those changes. They found it a lot easier to listen to and have found it more enjoyable for them. So again, comment, like, subscribe. Please tell us what you guys want to hear more of, and if you find time,
could do without too.
yeah, what
It's
you do
always
now,
nice to
absolutely,
cut
yeah.
some stuff out.
Again,
You know,
we literally we went on a whole rant about illegal drug use in sports. So
Yeah,
like, I'm
yeah.
sure not everyone was interested in that. I just found it interesting because I took a whole test on it.
We're
But,
gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
yeah. But
Anyway.
again, thank you guys. This is rounding second. Luke Binstead, Steven Sinavasti. Really appreciate it. See you guys next week.
You gotta hit the stop button.